You or me?
I got it. I got it. All right, y'all. It is another to-go episode of Two Drink Minimum. Y'all know Gabe.
Ayo.
Y'all know me, Chris. Gabe just put a sticker on this pole on that stop sign right
Yeah,
there.
Jeremy Fish sticker. Who Jeremy Fish will be our next episode.
Yeah. And this episode, though, Gabe, is something we're doing for the very first time. We are doing a to-go episode
hmm
and also live.
Live
So
stream.
no
Although,
cuts,
although
no like stopping and plotting. We are just and my guy Steve
riffing,
is
baby.
walking backwards right now.
Yeah, we're riffing.
We're
Although
riffing.
we did tell everyone that it was going to be 9:30 p.m.
Hey, it's all going to work out. The magic of post production, of editing, all that. But Gabe, let's tell the good people who are watching, whether it's right now or whether it's later, where we are heading, because we're on Royal Street right
hmm
now, about to curve over this way up on this sidewalk. And where are we heading, Gabe?
We're heading up to Frenchmen Street. So we just started at the R Bar, which is, I mean, that's like my home away from home. And it's a really short hop, skip, and a jump over here to Frenchman Street, which a lot of folks that their first time, their second time, their every time that they come to this city end up spending at least one evening on Frenchman Street.
Yeah, and part of the reason we're going to Frenchman Street is because we are on the cusp of Nola by Nola,
Mm-hmm.
which is a gigantic music festival happening in tons of venues all over the city. More on that in a little bit. Gabe, I want to know more about your connection to R Bar. We're probably going to eventually do a whole episode at R Bar.
Oh yeah, I think we're going to do our Begets episode there for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
But briefly, I want to know just like the short bio, like the short social media bio version of your connection to R Bar.
I mean, I feel like I have engaged with that bar a number of times over the years that I've been here,
Well, how many
and
times have you gotten engaged at that bar though?
thank God none. But but I have been there under a lot of like circumstances. Let me put that out to begin with for a chunk of years, and it feels like, of course, like a multitude of Mardi Gras. I would inevitably always, because of the St. Anne's Parade, end up partying at that intersection for a little while. But then somewhere like a few summers ago, I just was dealing with really serious high anxiety issues because of the business and just trying to figure out how to run an art gallery, which is almost like mission impossible. And I needed to kind of like get the fuck away from my cycles that I was doing at that moment. And I decided, it was like June, and I was like, fuck it, it's dead. I closed early. I'm like, I'm just going to walk down to our bar and sit outside. And then I sat there and I like hit this really special sort of like zone.
Ooh,
And I felt at peace. I felt like I could think.
yeah.
I felt like I could breathe. There was something really weird going on. I was like, I don't know why I feel so at peace at this place. And then I started to get to know the people there, regulars there, and next thing you know, I'm on Sesame Street. So
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, Royal Street, that corner right there is one of a handful of special vortexes here in New Orleans. Right now, though, we are on
oh,
Frenchman Street.
random pill on the street, so on brand.
We're on Frenchman Street where there is a pill. Be careful. You don't want to make sure that's not Tylenol, by the way.
I don't think it was, baby.
Okay, great. So this is where a lot of
Yeah, here we go.
shows for Nola by Nola will be taking place here
On Frenchman.
on Frenchman Street.
Yeah.
There's
Hold up, we got spotted. I think it's a good place right now for them to at least like to point out a couple things before we get like too deep in these bodies. We got Spotted Cat over here on the left. You've had probably a ton of experiences there too.
I've had a handful of experiences at Spotted Cat for sure.
Yeah.
Sure. You know, some of them are going inside to be like, yeah, I'm going to give some money to this band, to this venue and support. Sometimes it's standing out here like these people are doing. And,
Well, it's in between sets right now,
and
for sure.
seeing if you can hear the band from the streets,
Yeah.
which, you know, you can't. So go inside and spend some money, right?
Man, I love this fucking place. One of my best friends, Michelle Lake, who a lot of folks that still should know her name here, was such a regular performer here, going so far back, and I have had so much fun in this goddamn place over the years. I always tell people when they're going to Frenchmen, there's like a few of them that I recommend right away, and this is one of the first ones I really would wish for everybody to have their Spotted Cat experience.
Yeah. So speaking of Nola by Nola, if we can show them that flag up there by Snug Harbor, A few days ago was Flag Day. One of the rituals, one of the traditions of NOLA by NOLA is they have every venue put up the flags on the same day, and everyone posts about the flag. So every venue that is a NOLA by NOLA venue will be sporting that flag up there, which is subtle. It's fun. It's something for everyone to rally around. But when you see that flag, you know there's going to be some good shit happening here for NOLA by NOLA.
Should we walk over on the artist market? It's kind of cute over there.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go heading this way a little bit. How much time do you spend at the artist market, Gabe?
Long enough to walk in and walk out.
Okay. Okay.
I just sometimes like to walk through regardless. You know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily like shopping for anything.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah. But I worked a lot of these, man, and over the years, like as a artist, like, bro, I grew up on these. So there's a part of me that I feel like whenever I'm going into an artist market, it's like, reconnecting with something that when I was a kid. Yeah, I mean that's one of the fun parts about Frenchmen Street. I think for folks that, because honestly, for this is like we discount this because we're used to it, but like somebody coming from Moline, Illinois, thinks this is like the shit.
Yeah, that is a really good point. There's so many things that we are probably taking for granted here.
Every day.
I try to not be that person. We live in the quarter. We talk about the quarter a lot. And so I think that we have opportunities to not be that person
Right.
Constantly. But I mean, I'm sure you know some people that are just like out on the charm of New Orleans and just kind of take it for granted, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got a lot. I mean, this is what day is this? Tuesday?
It's Tuesday, I think. I'm not sure what day.
There's an art market open on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
How many towns can say that?
Wait, Steve, that says no
photos without permission. Okay. I love that for you. Hell yeah. Even more reason. That's right. It was video. Yeah. But I think that's one of my favorite things about Frenchmen is it forces you to walk around with a drink. Yeah. Where's your beer?
This is my favorite. This is.
Have you had it yet?
This is. Have I had some sips of it?
Yeah.
Yes.
How's it going over there? Give me one of these. Hey.
Cheers, Gabe. Cheers. 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 Yeah, it's like every city that's worth a damn should have at least one street like this that is just you can just go there and rely on something fun happening. You don't have to like check the schedule. You don't have to. No. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to overanalyze it. You could just show up, right? And oftentimes the best things happening on Frenchmen Street are things happening on the street.
Man, apparently I haven't been here in a minute because they got open-faced windows on Cafe and a Grill now. When did that happen? Apparently I haven't been on this part of Frenchmen in a long time. Or is that new remodeling?
I'm not sure.
Okay. I was like, damn, I ain't seen that in a minute. Cool. Yeah, and then behind y'all there too, man, Steve, Apple Barrel is – I have had so much fun in that place a few times. It's so tiny, but like shit. If you want to go into a small little, I've seen some good blues shows there. It's a good small little venue, man. I love that spot. You can fit maybe like 15 people in there. I don't know. Like, yeah, always been a big fan of that spot. Yeah.
Gabe, do you know who this is?
Miss Piggy?
That's Miss Piggy?
I don't know. Who is it?
I was hoping you could introduce me to her.
Okay. Let me check my Rolodex.
Okay, checking his Rolodex, sure. So look, y'all, NOLA by NOLA is going to be taking over a lot of the city, but especially Frenchmen Street, where there's going to be a lot of NOLA by No Cover shows. On the episode with Sid Greenbaum, who is the guy behind NOLA by NOLA, he outlined why that's important, why doing shows with no covers is important for any festival trying to get its name out there. And this street is going to be absolutely mobbed with people. I mean, it always is, but it's going to be extra mobbed, I believe, for NOLA by NOLA.
Shout out to my dog Boo right there.
Wait, talk about this. This is your dog.
Yeah, she's on my right finger. Her name's tattooed. Yeah, she passed away like a little over 2 years ago. Now this mural was originally made 2019 in the fall of 2019, but then on the bottom end here, a bunch of folks like tagged up or whatever. And then last year, my boy came through town and he tried to like start repairing it, but he had a limit on cans, limit on time. So, and Boo honestly looks a little more grumpy. Like the original image was pretty. I love it regardless, but yeah, that's my dog Boo.
That is incredible. Not very many people, I would say less than 100 people, maybe less than 10 people, can say their pet is immortalized on the side of a
She was a
building on
legend,
an
bro.
iconic street.
You would understand if you met her.
Okay.
Yeah, shit was like Gizmo from fucking Gremlins.
What's your favorite thing about Boo that you would tell anyone now who needed to be convinced that Boo deserves to be on that building?
Jeez. Boo was what, like 3 pounds when she was full grown, and would stand down big dogs.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, while Gabe's figuring out his microphone issue, check out behind us right now. This is one of.
Sorry.
There we go.
Boo would take on big dogs.
Incredible.
And they would fuck with her. So she was very David Goliath type shit. Honestly, bro, like that dog was like Britney Spears.
Yeah.
The reaction you would get in public with her was out of hand. So I really couldn't take Boo out in public for the first few years because it would just old white women would go fucking psychotic. I had one woman at an art show, and she started off offering me like $2,000 for Boo. She was up to like $15K, and then when I was like, no, there's no way I'm selling this dog because I was in love with her from the moment I saw her. She was a half a pound when I got her. It was like that Grogu moment with Boba Fett or fucking Mandalorian. It was so Mandalorian.
Okay.
So Mandalorian. So that's what I would say is like she was my Grogu.
Okay. Unfortunately, Gabe, most of those references were lost on me. I'm not a Star Wars guy.
Oh, that sucks.
But back to the
Baby Yoda.
back to the back to Frenchmen Street. Yeah, we just walked by a world-class band playing on the corner. And that's like a very common thing. If you haven't been here before, that's my favorite thing about Frenchmen Street. Not to say that you shouldn't go into any of these venues because we've all had some amazing times in these venues. My favorite venue on Frenchmen Street, which I have a deep connection to, is actually the Maison right here. Now, when the Saints won the Super Bowl, which was top 5 greatest days of my life, we started at the R Bar. Then we came to Maison, and when the Saints won, we came out this door and did like a 3-hour second line throughout the entire city. But it started right here. So every time I walk by the spot, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about no shit.
We had a pop-up after we had all the shit with like the cops and everything. We ended up, our friends at Downtown Tattoos had the space available, and they gave us that as our gallery to work out of. And so we turned it into an experiential space we opened, I think, like November of 2019. November of 2019 until February of 2020, we had this as like a nightly experiential art space, and no one could stay sober.
Wow.
It was possible.
Well, look, there's so much to do here on Frenchmen Street. This is probably the calmest that Frenchmen will be all week long.
Oh, yeah. It's almost like they arranged it just for us to walk freely and talk about it.
Yeah, it's like the opening shot of Vanilla Sky when they're walking through Times Square and there's 0 people outside. It's kind of like that.
Okay.
We're both Tom Cruise. Did you get that reference?
28 days later, or
Oh wait, are we zombies?
no?
There will be zombies. There will be zombies on this street.
For those that don't know, the bend from Frenchmen towards Checkpoint Charlie's.
Yeah, so we are inching off of Frenchmen Street right now, but listen,
Into Lost Boys territory.
into Lost Boys territory. But let's make sure that our audience knows, again, whether they're watching it live or on a replay or whenever, that Frenchmen Street is one of many hubs that you want to make plans to post up at during NOLA by NOLA.
Make a night of it.
You want to make a night of it. And, for the people who've been here before, for the people who live here, for the people who are like, yeah, I do Frenchmen all the time, you want to make sure that you're doing Frenchmen on for an event like NOLA by NOLA, because they really are turning up in ways that that are just thoughtful and interesting. Check out the episode with Sid Greenbaum to get more information about that. It's coming up next week. Yeah, we got the guy who is behind the whole event on the podcast on Gabe's sofa at the Mortal Machine Studios.
Whatever, my apartment.
Your apartment, yeah. Like I like to pretend like it's also, like you don't live there.
Eventually, I won't. Yeah.
And of course, opening night for NOLA by NOLA is the big roast. They do a big comedy roast every year. It's going to be Thursday at Tipitina's. And there's so much stuff. There's
open mic from hell this Sunday, man. You just got back in on it.
Yes.
Last Sunday, I was there. That was fun.
Good seeing you in the audience. Yeah, it was a nice, weird show. Open mic from hell's the next couple of Sundays. 2 NOLA by NOLA editions of it. One of those will be the 4-year anniversary of the show. And this has been a ton of fun. I'm not sure if you want to slide back through, if we want to go post up somewhere.
I think that we save Lower Decatur for another time.
I think so, for sure. I think so.
And we don't need to do that too. We want to actually make you want to come.
Yeah. Also, like we said, this is our first time doing a live to go episode like this.
I think we should do a Lower D bar crawl at some point.
Yeah, actually, I think that we should create like customized 2-drink minimum itineraries.
I was thinking about this in the shower tonight.
Really?
Yes, for like tour group shit.
Yeah, or like really like imagine.
Bro.
Yeah.
For the Patreon people.
Yes.
I thought about this literally 2 hours ago. I was in the shower shaving my head.
That's wild.
This is why we are run the jewels, baby.
Yes. Yeah, like imagine a night out with 2-drink minimum where we're taking you on it's like the nasty but you're gonna love it itinerary or whatever, like we decide in the theme, you fit in bars and restaurants in the theme, and then we shoot it with Steve, who's doing a killer job, staying on his feet right now on Frenchmen.
Feathers, or do you want to end up in jail tomorrow? We have so many options for you.
My answer is always going to be both of the above. Both of the above is how I'm trying to live my life.
That mural right there, Roan from Australia. He's a really, really world-renowned muralist. Did that piece, which is one of my other favorite things about Frenchmen is the changing landscape of the murals and the street art and graffiti and the tags on the street over the years. Because this is definitely a hub for that. And then the offshoot streets as well, you'll be able to see quite a bit of graffiti work, because I am a fan of graffiti and muraling and street art. My homie that did the mural of Boo, he also did all these murals on the outside of Favela Chic here too. His name is Ian Wilkinson, a renowned muralist from Asheville, North Carolina as well.
Incredible.
So, I kind of co-curated the murals on this street.
Incredible. Well, I co-created a diarrhea after eating too much Willie's one night. It wasn't their fault. It was my own fault.
So, like, how did the diarrhea happen from Willie's? What did you eat? Like just the red beans and rice only?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't know why I brought it up, to be honest. That was my mistake. Also, every party block and every party city needs to have a bookstore. You got to have a bookstore.
They're open late.
They're open late. Go get your journal. Go get your journal. Write about your time.
Learn when you have business on Frenchmen. Nothing happens until after like 6 years, which is what it is.
Except, Gabe, you have to note that we're talking about how nothing's really happening and how slow and it's not really popping yet. But there's still people all over the place, and there's several of the venues are open right now.
I have, Chris. We have all done a lot of drugs up there. We don't do them there anymore. But I really feel like that is, if you want to talk about a temple of God for creatives in this city, above the spotted cat for so long. And it used to be they didn't even have like walls. It was just like, the damn plywood with the plastic, and that was forever.
Yeah, well, I do all my drugs here at the old folks home, the Christopher Inn It's where I do all my drugs.
I do love that they do have this senior center located right here.
It's
It's so
incredible.
special.
Can you imagine? Yes, like viewers, listeners, whatever you are. This is this is so special and so bizarre. It is an old folks home at the edge of this beautiful party street, this rambunctious, unhinged street. The people, the people. If I was from New, I mean, if I am from New Orleans, but if I like lived in the city my whole life and I was addicted and hooked on just being in the city, which I am to be honest, but I would have like so many different notarized documents saying "Put me and Christopher in if I lose my mind." I want to live on Frenchmen Street.
Giving that as an option, actually, yeah, because there's worse things than being totally out of your mind and being here.
Yeah, there's really worse things. You could be.
If you're gonna be out of your mind, where else would it be better? To be?
Yeah, I'm trying to be out of my mind on around the corner on Frenchmen Street where I can hear a brass band playing.
They close it now at night, so not all the weird shit happens that used to happen there. Well lit, sort of.
Yeah, I'm trying to take my meds and lose my mind and not know who I am. 300 yards away from the spotted cats. All right, so we are heading back towards the R Bar right now, just a block and a half away from it. Gabe, we just dropped our first. It's our first time doing this. First time doing this, and like y'all know, like the people who've been watching and listening and following along, this is we're in the early stages of this project, and we're finding our feet. We're getting into our groove.
I was talking to an artist before you showed up earlier tonight, and he was like, "Oh, it's really cool to see you doing something creative outside of painting or curating." He's like, "It's another art, but it's like you're doing another art."
Yeah.
And I've tried to like say to folks that the way that I really want to approach this project, and I hope that y'all feel the same way, is that it's something that is a natural growth, like the plants on my balcony, and also I like the idea of us having this space this year to sort of learn, experience, get used to things. So I think the moment we start looking to commodify this thing, although I do think that's an option for us, that's when a whole other level of things come into it, right? Like expectations, guidelines, checkpoints, that framework things.
Yes.
I like the idea of this exploration, and to me, that's my favorite part of the creative process is the exploration of something, getting to know it, the brick by brick versus the like, oh, it all has to be built by tomorrow for it to be a fucking monetized thing.
Right. And it's like if we, and I think this does describe all three of us, Steve behind the camera, myself and you, Gabe, if we can all lock in to the concept of like a bunch of drops in a bucket eventually creates like a lot of fucking water,
It's really fun regardless.
Yeah, you'll get somewhere really magical if you go little by little, take bites, little bites every day.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
Did you make that up?
I did.
Incredible. That's incredible. You're welcome. You're welcome. Gabe, any final words as we close out our first ever live here?
Do I get a third round or not a third round?
Well, that's a question that you want us to give you the answer to. And the answer is yes. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next time. 2 drink minimum. Like, subscribe, tell a friend, all that good stuff. So much more to come, y'all.
That was fun.